what we were supplementing with?
We did not measure what was going in externally. Ultimately, if you believe in NPCRs, we'll be able to look at that through KT/Vs and get some idea of overall protein intake that's going on in that setting. The adherence was reasonable. The way that we can measure that very crudely is looking at actually what each individual facility ordered in terms of nutritional supplements and we're handing out. So we know what the utilization of supplements were. There is a field that every patient had to, for every patient that was entered with regard to actual consumption. And the consumption overall was good. I would say we had probably about 90% adherence to this. There were people in facilities who did not take supplements, people who refused, and most DCI facilities also allowed most of the time up until COVID people to eat. So there were other sources of intake that were occurring there. I don't think that's all that important because really the purpose of this was to test whether a universal protocol like this would make an impact on a mortality outcome. So making this as real world and pragmatic as possible was the key.
Terrific. Another question for you in the chat was, what was the socioeconomic status of these patients and how many of them fell into the low economic status group?
So we actually don't have great data on that. What I can tell you is it was a nationally representative population of dialysis patients in the United States. So it was 105 units and there was 90 to 95%, and some even at 100% consent rates for participation in the study among the patients dialyzing at those units. So it's really consistent with what we're seeing in terms of the hemodialysis population that we take care of.
And then can you comment about the measurement of serum albumin and the change in albumin over time between the groups and whether you did any sub-analysis for a low baseline albumin versus normal baseline?
Yeah, I think where we really need to look at is that group with albumins in that 3.6, 3.7 range. Based on the protocols, everybody below 3.5 is going to get supplements every month, no matter what, regardless of which group you are randomized to, which group your facility is randomized to. If you invite me back next year, I'll present that.